Hello, my name is Joffe from the Kitanda team. I'd like to welcome you to Kitanda's Sprint 20 demo. We have a very big announcement for this sprint called Creris. We're announcing the development of Creris, an evaluator aimed at credit risk with a particular focus on sovereign debt. And why sovereign debt? Sovereign debt is a topic that has come under a lot of scrutiny in the past few years. And with Creris, we aim to make a contribution to the transparency of ratings. You may have heard of rating agencies like Moody's, Standard&poor, or Fitch. These agencies use their proprietary models to give ratings to products and entities, including countries. A AAA represents a good, solid rating, which signals the quality of an investment. Those who have good ratings have access to more capital, which in turn gives them better rates when borrowing money. Of course, all countries want to be a AAA, and every rating that is lower comes into question, as we've seen in the recent United States downgrade by S&P. With these agencies, by using closed source models, people and the markets naturally question their ratings from time to time. Since the credit rating of a country directly affects its ability to borrow money, the subject deals directly with people's lives. And rating agencies naturally fall under a lot of controversy for their secrecy of methods. Up until now, there was no open framework to deal with sovereign debt. Ratings were calculated by closed formulas. There was no transparency, which opened the door to questions like, why is this country rated like this and the other country rated like that? Or, if unemployment drops at the same rate in two countries, why do they end up with different ratings? Now, all these questions seem to hint at a disconnect between the indicators and ratings, or at the very least, a lack of trust in the way a rating is issued. These models take into account several indicators of a country like debt-to-earnings ratio, unemployment, workforce participation or political instability indexes, many indicators. Everything is factored into a model and the rating is issued. Now, people are naturally skeptic and some even say the ratings are in fact subjective, because there is objective data about the countries, but the ratings are calculated in what appears to be a mystery. But now, Kitanda is starting to develop a highly scalable rating system by implementing an open source framework for credit evaluation called Public Sector Credit Framework. Now, what is the Public Sector Credit Framework? Let me talk to you a bit about it. It's the brainchild of a former Moody's senior analyst, Marc Joffe, which aims at bringing a scientific approach to sovereign debt calculation. Marc Joffe set out with a very simple and powerful purpose: to create a way of thinking about public debt as a series of indicators that can be independently reviewed by any analyst. The Public Sector Credit Framework is comprised of an Excel worksheet that uses a set of indicators over time, and by using Monte Carlo simulations, tries to give a picture of what is the credit standing of a certain country in the course of time. Taking the indicators into account, a rating is issued per year, saying what is the probability of default given the current indicators. People are allowed to tweak their models in order to achieve what is a closer approximation to reality. Data and models are open to be improved and questioned in a very objective way. The project is open source, and its code can be downloaded from Github, used and modified. Kitanda considers the PSCF a very valid project. It's open in the way we perceive openness in software. It deals with what we consider to be a very important subject matter, and it is at this time just about the correct size for us to provide an industrial-grade distributed implementation. We have started by doing an in-depth analysis of the open source project, which is publicly available on GitHub. Using our expertise, we have identified what needs to be done in order to bring this framework to a fully scalable, enterprise-ready evaluation engine, and to implement it in a Kitanda-based approach to software development. We have also made a domain analysis and have the domain at this moment being fully generated by Dogen, Kitanda's code generator. Development of behavior-driven code has already started. We have established a collaboration with the authors of PSCF, and we will be bringing you more openness to markets with this implementation. So, for everyone that takes an interest in open source in financial markets, this should be the time to follow closely what we're doing here. We invite you to have a look at the developments in our GitHub repository and to take a look at our other sprint demo videos located in our YouTube channel. Please stay with us and see how Kitanda will continue to bring you financial markets reinvented.